when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. Please report observed flooding to local emergency services or law enforcement and request they pass this information to the National Weather Service when you can do so safely. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued until 9:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the following county: Maricopa, Arizona.
Arizona's news station.
Alright, headed on, pulled off the road. There's a rainbow. I had to go to a bush. Anyway, we're headed on 8, and then we're gonna go to 85, and then head back home that way. Hopefully, catch sunset and maybe start getting something beautiful. Anyway, this is pretty nice through here. A lot of Interstate 8 can be boring, but whenever you buy mountains, all the mountains in Arizona are beautiful, and there's no kidding about that. And this video is going to be longer just because I think the clouds are cool, and I can, like I said before, I can take the video and speed it up and just do a time lapse with it. Even if I decide it's too boring or something, but if you've never been down these roads, I don't know, I still enjoy them, and I've been here for 40 years. Trying to see what the clouds, how they're different from regular monsoon, because this is all remnants from Hurricane K from the Baja California, and we are headed we're headed west. Exact coordinates unknown. I think we're just on the border of Pinal, Maricopa County. It says now we're entering Maricopa County. Another video I'd like to do too is old Interstate 8, or before they had I-8, there's I-80. Anyway, it's a road like this. The highway is just a 2-lane like this, not divided. It's got like grass growing up in it and stuff. It's so little used. But that would be a good one to put the camera on top of the car and then just cruise through there, because I think it's alongside this mountain we see here on the right, the bottom right hand side of your screen. I think that's the base of 85, runs along there. If not that mountain range, then it'll be the next one. We'll see how long it is to come up. Things always seem further on the map than when you get on the road, and it's like, oh, it didn't take long to get there at all. It wasn't as far as I thought. Mostly clear to the south, and very ominous to the north or to the right of us, and backwards. But we're headed back towards that way. But my intention is never to drive into the rain. I want to be on the outskirts. I think that's where it's most beautiful. I mean, inside the rain, like I said, everybody knows what rain looks like.
After just a few seconds, when the thunderstorm is on. With over 200,000 already sold, you know it works. The thunderstorm tackles odors of litter boxes, trash cans, cigarette smoke, dirty diapers, and more. And best of all, there are no filters to buy. Right now, save $200.
Then I like roads like this. There's a bridge going over the highway. Although it's straight, those are good to do nighttime time lapse with cars passing by and stuff. Makes those long looking streaks with the lights, the tail lights and headlights. It's always a good idea to keep. There's water in that wash, pretty good. We're not going to stop at that one. If we cross the Gila River, I will stop there. We only have an hour left of sunlight. Gila Bend, 29 miles. So that's where. So I guess it's going to be on the other side of this mountain range. One cool thing coming up on Interstate 8 in between Gila Bend and Yuma is the Yuma Proving Grounds, which is where they have the military shoots live bullets and blows up stuff in the desert. When you drive through there at night, you'll see lots of strange lights in the sky. One time saw what looked like a helicopter with a spotlight, but it had this red light, and this was back in the early 80s, but it would, if you could imagine, just that red light from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it was just like circling all around it and above it, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then there's the sand dunes. Seeing those at nighttime when you're driving in the desert, and it's complete pitch dark. And then you see these lights coming up over the horizon and then coming down. Look really, if you didn't know what it was, you would think those were UFOs too. And then also they have these lights on parachutes, these orange lights, which if you're from a distance, it looks like they hover there for a long, long time. And a lot of people think they're UFOs. To this day, people swear they're UFOs, but I lived way out in the desert out there, and I've seen them, and I can see where people are mistaken, but that's actually what they are. They're things that light up the desert floor at night, so the planes will come and drop those, so the military can do their training. It's really cool. Lots of cool shit going on out there. It's right off the freeway, and they really can't hide anything. It's not like Area 51, but we've got a lot of cool shit out there. This windshield looks filthy. Apologize for the dirty windshield. Rearview mirror looks really cool back that way. But that's how it goes. We'll see once we turn. If I stop, since I'm running the video, I might just take the camera off and point it around. Because I normally, up to this point, the past week, I've just been doing time lapses. I'm one of those people, I feel people have to see my face all the time. I don't unless you're just trying to get someplace really fast, I think there's no sense in going too fast. And then at night, driving at night, there's animals. If you're going 85 miles per hour and the animal pops out in front of you, you can't even, there's nothing you can do. You have to straight on hit it. Hopefully it doesn't damage your vehicle. And I don't like hitting animals whatsoever. I avoid toads. I avoid birds. Everything. I do not like hitting animals. I don't think anybody does, but I mean, I really don't. Videos past when I was up in around Superior, between Superior and towards between there and Tucson. I was on a road. It was a two-lane highway, and I came up on this on that buzzard, or I keep forgetting the names of it. Otherwise, yeah, buzzard. And it was on the road, and there was a javelina. Spent like 10 minutes trying to rescue that thing. It had looked like a broken wing, and there wasn't much I could do for it. I just threw the javelina off the side of the road and put him with it. I guess let nature do its thing. Pretty sure it was doomed, but I'm not equipped in a Subaru to be carrying around a buzzard. Might just all of a sudden get mad at me when I'm driving, and then I'm missing an ear. I don't need that in my life. There's a sharp contrast between big white cumulus clouds and then storm clouds below that. See, when I get to 85, hopefully it'll still be in view, or something else would be. I mean, it's nothing that great. It'd be nice if we're driving in that direction, but I'm not going to go back that way. I think I'm just going to go with my instincts and go this way and see what happens. Yes, like I said, this is Interstate 8 between Gila Bend and Yuma. Yeah, it's a lot greener than usual than it can be with all the rain. Obviously, it looks all green now. And according to radar, all these clouds above us are supposed to just get thicker and more ominous. And it's actually behind us, so which is kind of cool. Wow, it looks beautiful through the mirror. Let me know if something comes up. I can look here from here. Oh, hey, that's right, you can't. Okay, I'll keep my eye on the road. Too is that on the roads I drive, like this is This is Interstate 8. This is an interstate highway. And now, and I've traveled this highway many a times back and forth to California. And that mile marker 132, and that goes all the way down, so 132, 131, anyway, when you hit the California border, and then that's 0, and then it goes up again. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. What I was going to say though was the other, like if you got to drive cross country and you think, oh well, I can go faster on the interstates. Actually, if you can get some of those state highways and if you're in a safe car or whatever, you can actually go a lot faster on those roads. There's places where you can see for 20 miles if there was a vehicle or something even off to the side of the road. Depending upon your car, I would safely say you could go about 100 miles per hour. Some people do it on here, but they have planes that come over, and the planes can clock you, and then they'll notify highway patrol. Then of course you got Google now let you know where speed traps are at on all the interstates, so it's a little bit different than it was when I traveled a lot in the 80s and 90s. Another thing too is if it's your vehicle traveling at super high speeds for a long time, does wear on the does wear on the engine a little bit higher than just going 10 over the speed limit, because the amount of oil that gets through there, cars aren't meant to be going over 100 miles per hour for long distances. Most cars. I could be wrong, that's just my thing. After I turn on 85, I'll pull off the side of the road and we'll see what it looks like at that point. The big white cumulus clouds are gone, but there's black, looks like a shelf cloud, and then there's hanging clouds. It's pretty cool. By the time we turn, it might not look so good. Another thing about the mountains out here, maybe anywhere, I don't know of mountains everywhere, but when the sun shines on them, like there's mountains on the right, which at some point we'll be going in that direction if there's still any sun. The angle of the sun on the mountains and the shadows make them look different every single day of the year. So even though you're seeing the same mountain all the time, because of the shadows and all the crevices in the mountains, they look different and very beautiful. What mile marker I mentioned back there, but Also, the mile markers relate to the exit numbers. We're getting off at exit 119. I think it was 120 something, so we're getting close on mine. Yeah, here's a sign. 85. 6 miles. Something else worth mentioning too is that for somebody like me who suffers from depression, sometimes being on the open road, it would be, depends on the position of the sun, like I said, like not midday, but anytime the sun's at whatever angles, it just makes things look really beautiful. If you pay attention to shadows and what time of year it is, you can bring back memories of memorable times. Remember the shadows just like that. It's a strange part of the memory that you don't consciously think about, but when you come across it again, you'll be like, yeah, I remember that. I'll just like, if you can look at a picture or a video, you can tell what time of year it was or which direction you're headed without, with just a picture. Or sometimes you can tell if it's been from a long time ago. So the 1970s, to me, that's the sharpest contrast I can remember back to. The sun was, everything, the angles were different, and things were just so different. It's like a whole different, it is a different time and place, but the place is kind of the same, but the effects of time on places just has an interesting thing that parts of our mind can pick up. I don't know if that makes any sense. This until the turnoff, because it looks exactly the same from here to the turnoff. I can pretty much no, it's not that far. Butterfield Trail. We're actually going to take that road because it goes to Arizona 85, and I've never been down that road. Or, I guess if it's just a regular. Either way, we're getting off on it. If it's not the normal Phoenix bypass from 5 to 2. guess this is just the normal exit. So I'll look for something different, but I've actually never taken this route, this direction right here. Let's see. It's 85. Yeah, let's continue this way. I'm gonna pull up over here and see. Turn in this dirt right here so you can see what's left of what I was looking at. Let's see if we can see it. Yes, right there. Look darker back there in those big cumulus clouds up way high. Let's see if we zoom in. Not much to see, but quick glance. Would be a nice drive back that way, but up this way is closer back towards home. Actually, I might want to go out in the morning, and I don't want to spend all my time tonight. That's what I'm hoping for, is cool lighting and stuff at night, how it looks. But we'll see how this goes. It's supposed to get heavy storms up through this direction. The cool thing about traveling is the truck stops, which are pretty awesome. Bigger the better. They got TV show. Oh wow. There's something to look at. Let's go look. No, it's for trucks only, but I'm going to pretend like I'm lost. Check this out. Look at this. Wow. That's melted. That was a fire, obviously. It's Pilot. Gas here at today, September 9th, 2022, 409 unleaded, 529 diesel. That's why everything costs so much. Remember diesel is like anything above $3 is a lot for diesel right now. It's more than regular gas, so that's why everything's got to cost more. Well, I think that was cool. Okay, now this is State Route 85, so it's single divided highway because I see the yellow lines. Coming up through here on this route, I think that old highway that I was talking about runs parallel to this. And at some point on this highway, it's actually only like 100 yards or something. If I can get to it, I might just go to that, because that's actually a cool road. It looks like post-apocalyptic or something, because it's, like I said, there's like, you see big weeds growing out of the middle of the road and stuff, and it's just a highway that you're still allowed to drive on. At least the last time I went through there. But there's like nobody on it. Here, Indian communities, and there's a lot of being rude or anything. There's a lot of poverty on the Indian reservations, unfortunately. So they started getting the casinos, and then they split that money amongst the tribe members. So I think that's cool. I worked with somebody in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s. What am I doing here? Okay. I should pay attention. Okay, 85. North. Oh, Los Angeles that way. Phoenix is. Oh no, wait. Los Angeles, Phoenix. Okay, we're going towards the Phoenix, not Yuma, San Diego. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, we get a sunset if the clouds don't overtake the horizon by that time, which is only about 30 minutes away. It's about 4 fingers from the horizon, so that's not too long. Sunset's about 6:45, 6:07. 32 miles to Buckeye. Another notable thing up here is there's a prison. I forget the name of it. There's 1 or 2 prisons alongside this road. Once again, we're on State Route 85, going from Interstate 8, headed towards Interstate 10. Just the bypass route to bypass Phoenix if you're coming from Tucson. And you needed to go to Los Angeles, but you wanted to completely bypass the Phoenix metropolitan area. This is one route you take. Like sometimes hazardous materials and stuff like that. They don't want you going through heavily populated areas. 2 or 3 more parts to today's video. But I will have to pull over, check the radar, and see what's going on. See if we're... Ooh, big rainbow on the right. There you go. I was going to say, if there's nothing good for you to look at, I feel real bad continuing to the video. But there's a rainbow. Keep it tight and open. It's like way up in the sky too. Doesn't even come down. It's behind that one cloud. It's not a full rainbow anyway. So you're basically seeing the whole thing from what I got in view without taking the camera off the road. These trips, I drink a Monster Mocha triple shot 300 drinks, or do the Starbucks double shot energy mind focus drinks. Keep me alert. Helps keep the enthusiasm up. You gotta be a little bit as high as coffee can get you without making you sick. It's good. Do any other drugs and start to mess with your mind too much. You can enjoy yourself, but it messes up your mind and body. So coffee it is. To the left here, I see what I'm guessing is chicken farms. You got these long barn-like things, like a half a mile long, about 8 or 10 of them, and they're just full of chickens, obviously. But if you've ever been to a chicken farm or chicken ranch, like other than just like a little farm type thing, it's very interesting. You got to go through ones I've been went through, you had to go through like they've got like a one of those things where they got the water canal all the way around at the root or whatever. Anyway, you got to drive through there because your tires have to get completely washed off. But there's like flies to no end, like millions of flies. It's kind of sad how they live. Right here it looks like heavy rain up in the distance. Regular low clouds, and that's the cool thing that's I can't see through the camera is the mountains where it's lit up. They look brighter than everything else. Nice contrast. Anything that makes a good picture is like different for landscape. For me, for like sunsets, 5 separate distinct colors and shades of light. Those make for beautiful sunsets. And judging by the wet road, the storm in front of us is moving away from us. It is building up on the right. And on the left where the sun's setting. I know through the camera on the video it doesn't look too cool, but in person this looks pretty cool right now. 79 degrees out, elevation 780 feet. Place where I can do the sunset. I only got about 20 minutes left before that happens. I think because these videos are turning out very long, this one's already 46 and a half minutes. Might just do a time lapse. Be like a half an hour and turning it into 30 seconds. We'll turn the video off, but I know it doesn't look that great through the camera, but the contrast of lighting that I see through here looks pretty good. Now we're looking. There's nice open fields. Old farmland. They're not using it right now. It just looks like grass in the fields. Rainbow on the right. The sun is poking through in some areas. Judging by the light on the mountains over here, unless they're just completely light colored mountains, it's getting more light over here on the left. Looks like we could come into some sun rays. desert is so much more beautiful when you have some green like this. I mean, we are in the lowest, not the very driest desert of the Southwest, but it's normally very dry out here. This can often just look yellow. And if you're going through the summertime, it's hot. It's not that much fun. But if you come here to visit, there's lots of places to stay that aren't just dry desert. Rainbow's about out of view, isn't it? This looks like coming down like rain. Yeah, it looks like it bends halfway through. Bends to the left and then comes back to the right. That's a moving mobile storm right there. Yeah, Lewis Prison. That's what it's called out here. That's the exit to it. And you can't see it, but to the right, looks like it could be a pretty sunset. And it looks like we might be hitting heavy rain up here before too long. Oh, there's lightning. Pulling off the side of the road by a prison isn't a great idea. Not because people are escaping or anything, just because people are wondering what you're doing. Rightfully so. Looks like a great vantage point would be on top of that mountain or on top of that hill. Don't know what's going on over there. It's man-made, so there might be a landfill or something on the other side where they dig it out and then they fill it up and they put that dirt back on top of it, I'm guessing. Got rainbow. Yes, another sliver of it. Yeah. Just slow down to the speed limit. Once I'm in the rain, then I'll take the filming. I'll shut the filming down. And wait for it to pass and then hopefully check on lightning. If there's no heavy lightning, then I'll just be headed back home. Which I am anyway right now. I'm headed in that direction. Just kind of did a big... There's a little ray of sunshine right there. Looks so cool. Look at that. Good thing with video too is I can snapshot photos. Like right there, just took a snapshot. You can't do that when I'm doing time lapse. And also you can't move time lapse around. And I do it all the time and I apologize, but I know I shouldn't. But there's always something cool to look at and I think, oh well, just move it over here. Be alright, and I know it looks like crap. But I don't even know where that ray of sunshine is coming from, because there's... Looks like it's coming from the north. See how the light is on to the right of the rainbow? There's no sun over there. It's way off to our left. And our chance of getting a pretty sunset is not looking too good. There's clouds over there. And here we are on wet roads. So So this means the storm is moving in the direction that we're headed. I did see that one bolt of lightning. So that's the other thing I was worried about. I've been watching this Hurricane K on the radar, and I have a lightning app that just does storms and lightning. It doesn't tell you anything else. But there's no lightning with this hurricane. I guess I was ignorant to that fact that there's not a lot of lightning in these hurricanes. Or actually, I didn't see any. That's why I was kind of worried about these offshoots of these bands of storms that actually that's what we're getting. I was wondering if there'd be any lightning. I guess I don't know enough about lightning to know all that goes into it. I'm the guy in the Subaru doing the speed limit today. Not a lot of people like that, but they can pass around me. It's 2-lane, one direction. Alright, sorry about that. Rainbow's gone. And now it just looks like any other storm you'd see any other place. The darkness. Which means I will be cutting this one off. I won't go more than an hour for this video. I mean, most of my videos have 0 views anyway. This one might get 0 views too, especially if it's really long. But maybe, if you're watching this, maybe I died or something. So you're watching my videos. I'll see what's up over this hill now. I will try. Yeah. Actually, I'll start a new video because I'll need to check the radar. Also, remember on these videos on YouTube, you can go to the settings and you can speed it up, and you don't have to hear me say anything. Just speed up through the parts until you see something interesting and slow it down or whatever. This hour-long video will take about 8 hours to upload to YouTube. So maybe a few days before you see it. And that's even overnight. That AK video, I don't know how long that's going to take. But I'll be interested to see what that looks like. If I ever get an AK TV. Great divide right there. We're at 873 feet, and then we're going even lower elevation. So we'll be coming up on the Gila River, which I definitely want to stop for. Unless, of course, it's raining. But I have to find someplace to get a good vantage point. See if there's any lightning or whatever. Robinson's Butte Wildlife Area, or Robbins Butte. I think that's where, like, the Gila River. There's some rivers that are in washes that just come out to the open desert, and it's like it's spread out, and then it's just like a forest in the desert, out in the middle of the desert. You can have flamingos and all sorts of migratory birds and different wildlife. That looks like a rainforest, really, to tell you the truth. Just thick brush, all sorts of wildlife. But someday that'll come to the end when they start dropping every little bit of water that they can. And I think this is the bridge. Let me see. Yeah, Gila River. Oh, I don't see nothing in this section. Oh, we're just way on the outskirts of it. Let's go up slowly. Pretend like I don't know what I'm doing. These cars can get around. My turn signal up. There's water right there. It's not rushing or anything. It's got a... As you can see, it's pretty wide. I'm going to say at least, I don't know where the end of it is at. But, I mean, not where the amount of water that's running through at the moment, but water that's running through at the moment looks like about 50 feet. But this looks like about a little over a quarter mile wide at least. I'm going to back on the road. But it's like I said, it's where it really widens up, big time wide. It just becomes like a forest down there. And on another day, I'll do another video with just that. Going to check out there's old dam that doesn't work. That non-functional dam where it ends, and there's an old bridge and it goes to that Highway 85, and that would be turning left up here somewhere. We're not going to do that. Okay, over an hour. Okay, that's the end of this part for now. We're in Buckeye, Arizona, December 9th, 2022. There'll be another part.